a really exciting fight here. We have JSP Jonathan Pearce versus David Onama, and this fight is going to be really entertaining for me. I mean, I'm gonna definitely watch this, and yeah, I mean, JSP 14-5. He's 4-1 his last five. He's actually coming off that loss via choke to Joe Anderson Brito, where he was doing great, and then he just got choked out and caught in a choke. So, David Onama 11-2. He's 3-2 in his last five, and he's coming off that KO win over Gabriel Santos. I think it was like a performance of a night. It was a really sick KO. He really did a good job in that fight. Odds for this fight, we have Pierce at minus 183, open up at a minus 150. So I gotta go JSP here. I mean, I know that, he's coming off a loss, and that always, doesn't look good, obviously, but I really like him in this matchup, and I think that JSP is a buy low, and I think that Onama is a sell high in this matchup. JSP obviously is coming off that embarrassing sub loss to Brito where he was dominating and then he just got caught in choke. Onama is coming off that performance of the night KO. While Onama is a skilled and dangerous fighter in the feet, if you look at his actual matchups and wins and losses and just the record overall, I mean, he has a grappling hole that I think can be easily exploited by a guy like JSP who wants to take the fight to the ground no matter what, right? He's going to be committed, relentless wrestler. In Onama's two losses in the UFC to Nate Landwehr and Mason Jones, he was taken down 11 times and controlled for 24 minutes. Onama also has a gas tank issue, in my opinion, and he tends to slow down starting in round 2, which is going to be a recipe for disaster against a relentless wrestler in JSP who does not slow down one bit. I think that also, since this fight's going to be in the apex, we're going to have a smaller cage, and I believe that JSP will just have an easier time tracking Onama down for takedowns, and he should be able to dominate Onama in this department and the fight. So I know that this also kind of goes against my, nut hugger and like meta in a way, like where we should fade the nut huggers, but the JSP, I don't think he's a nut hugger. I think he actually does damage with ground and pound. He tries to go for subs as well on the ground, so he's not just going to try to hold down Onama. I mean, he's going to try to inflict some damage, and if Onama was controlled by Mason Jones, who I don't think is in the same stratosphere as JSP, I think that this is going to be JSP win in the bag. So yeah, give me JSP inside the distance. I like him as a potential parlay piece, maybe even like straight money line play. But yeah, I really like the value on JSP here this week.